Okay. Keep your hair on.
Looks like he kept his hair off.
What did I do to you? Do I look like I'm in the mood for your crap? Leave me alone. Aw, shut the hell up.
Just a nasty little snake.
I'm leaving, okay?
Yeah, get in that cane field. Get out of here. This is just therapy.
Fish on the line.
Fish on the line. That's right. Oh, look at that spinnerisky. Ah.
Do I look like I'm in the mood?
Next time, avoid me.
You gotta. Where are you going? Feel like dying today?
Let's see about this.
Another thing that's going on with me, I'm going to be seeing the therapist on the 14th. It's for general evaluation.
I'm gonna make you wish you'd bet. I had about enough of you.
Avoid me. Hey, mister.
Hey, I'm a decent man.
Okay, I'm
Don't need
walking
none
away.
of this.
I've been listening to Wild Bill Hickok's biography on audiobook, and I think he was a psychopath. Like,
Where did you folks meet? The freak show?
You're going down.
yeah, Wild Bill Hickok. I think he was just a psychopath. He didn't seem to feel danger or fear at all. He was almost completely remorseless when killing somebody or after killing somebody. How do you like that? Crushed to death by your own horse. He was unable to meter his reaction to other people when it came to violence. Like when he was going to do violence to somebody, he went full force every single time. How's that? Yeah, a typical thing with Wild Bill Hickok is he would he'd get hired as a town marshal or town sheriff, and most of the work in his time on the frontier in these cattle towns was basically like cowboys would come into town and he'd be like, "Hey, get out of here, stop shooting townspeople in the head." Or someone would just have a weird grievance with him, mostly because he became like a legendary figure on the frontier by the time he was like 23. And they'd come into town and be like, "Oh, Wild Bill," and they'd want to like get into a gunfight with him. So this person's causing a disturbance. The Wild Bill would come up and say some cold shit like, "All right, finish your drink and leave, or I'm going to shoot you to death." And the person would start saying like, "N," and before he can finish saying no, Wild Bill had started fanning his fucking revolvers at this guy and just filled him full of lead in his heart, and just lights the guy up. And he'd be interviewed afterwards, or he'd be at court, and they'd ask him about it. He's like, "Well, I asked him to leave, and he didn't. So I cracked his chest open like a walnut with my guns, and that would be it.
You don't look tough. You look dumb. Still think you're tough?
I actually learned about gold teeth. They're not worth that much, like maybe $50 at the very most, because the gold isn't really pure. It's mixed with like cadmium and stuff to make it harder, and so if you ever have a relative who dies and they have a bunch of gold teeth, you think you're gonna get them out and get some money for their teeth. It's not worth the hassle. No, I don't think he was. Like, I don't think I would like. I mean, everyone seemed to like him, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like George Custer's wife had a crazy crush on him, and like even years after, when she was an old lady, she was interviewed in like 1922. And like, you should read this account of him. She's like, like the interviewer, just some guy in the 1920s is like, oh, you're a historical figure. We're gonna record this long interview with you for posterity. You witnessed some of the most infamous events of the 19th century. And you also encountered some of the most famous people in the 19th century, including Wild Bill Hickok. And she immediately is like, let me tell you about the first time I saw Wild Bill Hickok. He rides up on a 15-hand horse. He's wearing buckskin chaps. He's wearing a buckskin coat, buckskin hat. His hair, chestnut curls down to his shoulders, long droopy mustache. Beautiful, gigantic Colt's Dragoon pistols on either side of him. And he's got these great big spurs, and he's just jangling up towards me. I'm like, my heart starts pounding, dude. He gets off the horse, and he is 6 feet tall. He's a full 3 feet taller than anyone else in Abilene at that time. And he starts walking towards me. And you know how when you see like footage of a jaguar walking right towards the camera, and you can see how they're putting one foot directly in front of the other, and their profile becomes super slim and really elegant? That's what it was like for me. And I thought I had wet myself, but it was just my chucha. And I confided in this feeling to my husband, George Custer, the famous lunatic massacre psycho guy, and he agreed with me. It was super hot.
You don't look tough.
Now let's do this!
One more.
Go, Nation!
You idiot.
I'm going to leave, okay?
Oh, like joy.
No!
Ungoddamn believable.
What the hell?
God help me.
Don't like this one bit.
Don't.
Howdy.
Not
Bars open.
again. Hey there, miss.
I should probably ditch this guy. There was some guy who was like considered the father of American boxing in the 19th century. Yeah, his name was Joe Boxer. And Joe Boxer showed up to Abilene when Hickok was the marshal. And he was like, I'm gonna be writing a book and promoting like my style of boxing and everything. And yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be promoting all that and everything. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a boxing ring in town, and I'm gonna find the toughest guy in town, and I'm gonna box him using the most sophisticated, technical, clean boxing you've ever seen in your life, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, I want to learn how to do that for my own self." So he hears that Wild Bill Hickok is in town, the most deeply disturbed psychopath of the American West. He's like, okay, I'll go find him. Goes up to Hickok, and he goes up to Wild Bill. And he's like, hey, Wild Bill. Which everyone did actually just call him Wild Bill. Just full name all the time. And Wild Bill just sort of looks over his shoulder. He's like, okay, I guess I'll fight you. And they just decide to do it right there. And 5 minutes later, Wild Bill had like given him an atomic wedgie and broken both his legs. No one's making anyone suffer. Yeah, careful, dude.
That's it. I'm gonna beat the tar out of you.
Don't beat me up. Don't beat me up, you friggin' jerk. I'm gonna send you to hell. I'm gonna send you to meet Christ. I did not expect this guy to
Talking now, huh?
be such a hard ass. And yeah, he's tough as fuck. It usually takes a while, especially when you can keep antagonizing him.
It never ends.
What the fuck, dude? Nice. How many how many weapons does he have? Cool. Had an arsenal on him the whole time. Yeah, that was Joe Boxer right there.
Thanks.
I need to have a word with you.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, you remember me. You come with me. We need to have a serious talk.
You know, this is a waste of my time. Wasting my time.
Well, you could blow me down.
You, just okay walking around with that much blood on you?
Whoa. A church for babies? I've never noticed this. What is this? A church for tiny little babies? What is it? What? For little... Let me take care of this here. Yeah, you do read that people were shorter back then. It's a big group of us went to the Field Museum. Just, cousin was in town, was doing some shit. And we're in the ancient Egypt part. And we're going past all the dioramas and stuff. And
Come over to see old Sonny. I said hello.
I don't owe you a hello. Bitch. Going past the dioramas, we're going past these real small ones that are like the people in them are like an inch tall. I don't know why they're so small. And then there's one of the barges they used to transport the stones for the Great Pyramid, and it's like a foot long. And my sister walks past it and says, just so convincingly, like, "Wow, people were so small back then." Like in front of a group of tourists, and they looked at her like she was a fucking idiot.
It's all good. Calm down.
I'm a man of the law, and I'll take you in if you keep this up. Get your hands up in the air.
Come on. Let's just talk this
Put
through.
them hands up or I'll take you down. Bad move, okay. Shit.
You're done. Let's get.
See if we can fling some guys in the water here. I don't want to use Deadeye. This stuff isn't as funny when you use Deadeye. Yes! Oh! That guy just died. He went in there, so he hit the side and he just died. He bought the farm. Well, I just did the funny business, so. Yes, there we go. That's the. Don't make me suffer.
I imagine you got your work cut out for you around here.
Uh-huh.
So, please, don't let me keep you.
Goodbye.
Hey, ain't you supposed to be off playing tin soldiers?
Stop right where you are.
Enough of this.
Why aren't they getting up? Time to meet the Lord. Stab you in the butt? You know, bitch. Those guys are assholes.
Look at the floor for a bit. Hey there.
Hello.
That ain't good enough. Hello.
Hello.
Now look me in the eye. Hello. You want more?
Hello.
Look at that. How scary. I'm the scary guy. I'm the scary guy of Saint Denis. Let's have some fun with the bow. I can never not think of Ace Ventura when he goes to the door of what's the guy? Ray Finkel?
Say I didn't warn you.
And then his mom puts the shotgun through the peephole in the door. Just puts it right in Jim Carrey's fucking nose. That was a good physical comedy. What's up? What's up? Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. There's nothing to investigate out there, my dude. Nothing. Just a guy in a cat skull mask. Yeah, easy part.
My hackles up.
Yeah, sorry, I got your hackles up. Damn, that hurt. I would probably say that if I was, if I got blown up by a piece of dynamite that was attached to an arrow, I would probably say that. Damn, that hurt. Damn. Damn. This seems like a scary encounter. Who's crying? Why are there two abandoned wagons over? Oh, it's a trap. Okay. I don't think I've ever had this encounter.
Lady, what's going on, huh? Oh, shit!
You fucked up, lady. You fucked up, guy. You fucked up. Yeah. She could have told me what was wrong.
Get the hell away from
You a shooting man? I've been looking for a challenge and I ain't found one yet. What'd you say? Is you in or not?
I gotta terrorize people in this little Creole village. I'm going to ruin it.
Who's talking now? Huh?
Alright, I'm gonna find a new mount. I know where I can find a good one. Nothing cures heat stroke like eating a big chunk of game meat. Yes, waitress, I'll have one game meat, please. Big game meat, please. Big game meat. Big game meat. I'm going to the big game. I will need some big game meat. 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 Big game. Big game. Big game. Hey, remember the big game is coming up. Don't forget to buy your big game meats. I got a big game sickness. Big game meat. This animal has poor stamina compared to my other horse, which is... Look at the nuts on this fucking thing. Look at the nuts on this guy. See him swinging around once in a while. Homie, you got some freaking... You got a pair of hangers on you.
I'm gonna shoot you down!
You look dumb.
How about I knock you on your ass?
Coward? Is that what this guy called me?
Your choice. It's all a big misunderstanding. Don't get confused about that. Ain't enough warning.
Shoot my donkey!
I'll sleep well tonight.
Oh, you'll sleep well now.